Hello, everybody. I am rolling my fields of grass. I managed to play long enough to mow them all and collect them all, add it to a silage pit, and now got this boring job of rolling the fields. I think I'll mix it up. I think I'll do one field of rolling, then I'll harvest that field of sorghum, go back to rolling another field, so it doesn't get too boring. I wish there was a much bigger grass roller, so I would definitely be using it. Some people say rolling your grass in precision farming does not give you the extra stage of fertilization, only that growth stage restarts. So I'm really not sure if I'm going to do grass rolling with precision farming, if it doesn't give me both. Get back over there. Starting to wonder what good is my GPS if I keep not using it. I do have my screen door open, so if the traffic outside is too loud, let me know and I'll close the door a bit. Just enjoying the fresh air while it's a little bit warmer outside. I'm thinking of selling some of my silage. We'll see. I haven't opened that silage pit yet. I was packed pretty full, and now I have the second one going. Once I cover it in October, I might sell a little bit of the first one if I need some money for some things. Oh, I forgot to deal with all the pallets over here at the production barn. I really have to change it so a lot of them just sell automatically instead of having to deal with them. I'll have to put that on my list of things to do. I found a mod that I added that lets you buy production items if I'm missing an ingredient. The production barn doesn't allow me to make chocolate, which I find really weird. It's like the only thing I can't make. So I want to be able to make the chocolate without buying the milk production plant, so then I can place the donut factory and make chocolate donuts. So I kind of like the thought of being able to make the chocolate by going in here. Takes a moment, there we go. And say, oh, I didn't do the wool either. I won't do it, but say if I wanted flour, I just hit buy. So there's not any option to buy chocolate over here. It just doesn't give me that option. But if I place the chocolate donut factory, it would give me an option for chocolate over here. So if I wanted to buy sugar, it asks you, it basically doubles what you have in here. So it wants to know if I want another 1,400 liters for $1,000. Or sunflowers, buy 1,000 liters for $1,009. So that way I'm kind of buying product. Like 40,000 liters of potatoes for 10.5 grand. So I kind of like that thought of I can buy wool for $1,400. things like that. So I don't get why that one doesn't allow me to make chocolate. But I would like to make chocolate. Or at least buy the chocolate to make chocolate donuts. Or other chocolate items. I would have to buy... Let's run over here. This milk production plant here to do chocolate. It only costs 40 grand, but for the cost of it, just to do chocolate is pretty expensive. I wish I could make it here. If I find myself buying more than $40,000 worth of chocolate, then I know I should have just bought the factory. I wish I knew how to mod my own stuff so I would make my own little chocolate factory. Too bad we don't have peanuts, so I would make like peanut butter and chocolate items. Or dessert items like that. It'd be really cool if we could have some different crops added for different tropical maps. It's a really cool Brazil map out. I just wish it had different crops that you could grow on it. So Mod Hub only released I think 3 mods today and none yesterday. So I don't know what's up with that. Maybe there's a holiday or something over there that they're not working. Almost done with this field, and then we'll go park at the next field, but then go harvest for a little bit. I don't think I can do it in one pass. It'll take me 2 more to do it, looks like. I don't know if I looked at what's on sale this month on the store. Oh, really? Just a header. Okay, nothing exciting. There's definitely quite a bit I want to do this month, but I have to kind of juggle that and just moving forward so I can eventually start precision farming. So you can see the silage bunker there. I got started, and then this one over here I've had for quite a bit now. It's still covered. Past the header trailer there. I want to get into pigs as well. I know they're not really worth it, but I'm getting tired of empty pig barn there. Maybe once I start precision farming, I'll get into pigs. Well, this will be in the next field I'm going to roll, but park it here. I don't know why GPS started up. That is weird. Oh boy. Might be hard to see what I've harvested a little bit. At least it's daylight. So I think the only fields I have left after this to harvest is my corn and then my grapes. But definitely after precision farming turns on, I want to have a busy season planting everything and getting that set up. Definitely going to be keeping the sorghum for my chickens if needed. This will be a while before I can plant it again. We'll see how things play out. I feel like I have a better understanding of precision farming already since we turned it on Juan's map. So hopefully it goes smoothly on this map. Definitely a little bit of a learning curve that we had to do. Apparently precision farming does not affect grapes at all, so it's kind of nice in its own little way. I feel like there was something I had to sell in August. I'll have to take a look after I harvest this. My spidey sense says there's something I should be selling at this point. Hi Michael, how are you doing today? Well, that's much too hot. No, I want to do that and then go here while it's emptying to see what I should be selling, if anything. I think I'm gonna keep my wheat and barley for now. September for the cheese. Okay, that's next month. I think I sold my planks and my furniture. I think I did that yesterday. Okay, apparently there's nothing this month if I sold my planks. Furniture, which I did do. Okay. Wool I'll have to bring over there. Pretty sure I have a little bit of it. What, a senior picnic? What did that all entail? Just going to like a park and having a picnic, or something else? Sounds like fun. I love picnics. Hi, Shorts. Doing pretty good. Juan's doing pretty good. I was just speaking to him for a few minutes before I started my stream today. So, within the last hour I've been talking to him. His ankle is healing up pretty well, thankfully. How about you? How are you doing? Actually, sounds pretty cool to have different food trucks show up for the seniors. Oh no, so it warmed up pretty quickly. I don't know how you can put up with that weather. Oh no. I've had that experience before. It's not pleasant. I think mine was by a yellow jacket wasp, I think. But nonetheless, I have had that experience. I feel for ya. Oh, water balloon fight too? Sounds really relaxing actually, with that hot temperature to actually have a water balloon fight and stuff. Good way to cool off. So I'm assuming from what you're writing that you're a senior and that you'll be graduating, perhaps, soon? I don't know if I'm reading into things too much or not. Oh no, he's telling me. Yeah, that's one way to find out, huh? I had the misfortune of, like, my mom used to hang our clothes out on the line, right, to dry, and I went to change into my swimming suit, and I didn't check my clothes after it dried, and there was definitely some very unhappy customers still hanging onto the clothes. It was not fun. Well, awesome, Michael. I'm happy for you. Being a senior at school and graduating is kind of exciting. Oh yeah. It's definitely funny later on, right? After you get over the sting and the pain of that. Yeah, I definitely did. Yep. Thankfully, I don't have to put up with bees and wasps and all that stuff too much here. Last year, what was it? One of them got in the kitchen here. I don't know how. When the door is open or something, it hid on my kitchen counter underneath where I had like the dishes drying. So when I moved the dishes to put them away, there was a wasp underneath it, and it was not happy that I found it. So then it continued to fly around my apartment, and then I was freaking out trying to get it out, and it was a long, long day. I eventually got it back outside alive, but it did startle me quite a bit to find one when I was putting my dishes away. Oh, I feel for you. You're allowed to have that baby side of you come out. I tell ya, I'm all about guys having feelings and showing feelings. You're allowed to do that. So, Michael, you threw a water balloon at somebody, and then 20 came back at you? That's funny. Well, I did not repair that header. Oh well, next time I ring this out, I'll repair it. Uh, hmm. Did I bring the trailer or roll the field? Let's roll the field. I don't know, Michael. Now I need to find some people to have a water balloon fight with, because now it sounds like a lot of fun. We are all made of stone. Oh no. Well, it sounds like you had a lot of fun, Michael. I'm glad. You're definitely inspiring me to go have some food truck food and a water balloon fight. Kind of good to make all those memories in school before you leave your classmates and graduate. Totally, yeah. It's kind of worth it when it's really hot out. Yep. Oh, pizza. If you have like a toaster oven, or even like if you put like a pan on the stove and put it in the pan, you can cook it way better. I don't have a microwave. I only use a toaster oven or a pan on the stovetop. I can tell you more if you want, but that's the way to do it. Juan loves when I reheat pizza that way. It turns out better than when you had it delivered. I actually had pizza, but I have to reheat for dinner. Must be the mood that we're all in for pizza. Is pizza really common over there, or is that more like an American thing? I know it sounds silly to ask, but I know it's not really common in certain places. And I know it's like an Italian food, but I mean, I don't know how much people in the UK actually eat pizza. I do a really good job of talking about food on my streams. It's kind of funny. So Michael, can I ask what your plans are after school, or undecided, or don't want to talk about it? That's okay too. Yes, most definitely that, yep. Some people don't like to be involved with that, yep. I guess it all depends on if you were prepared with an extra set of clothes or not, right? Well, I definitely know there's some people that just don't like to be hugged. They're not huggers. A lot of people in my family are huggers, and there's some that aren't huggers. Yeah, you basically dry off quicker than anything when it's that hot outside. Definitely not warm enough for our water balloon fight here, but I think I'm gonna make that happen this summer sometime. Oh, so basically your school wasn't very good at certain things and you didn't learn properly. Now you wish you could, if I read correctly. My school, I don't know how to explain it. It was a small school. It definitely, I think, failed in many aspects of teaching us things that would have been helpful. They were conservative in many other teachings. And I think they avoided many topics and subjects that would have been helpful in life. I definitely look back and think that my school didn't prepare me correctly. And it could have been a funding issue or just the area that I lived in, but definitely I look back at it and go, there's a lot of schools here that are much better, more modern, teach you more things. The school that my niece is in teaches you like you're in college already, which is really crazy to think about. Oh, you're the class clown. Oh, so you dropped out and you didn't finish? Okay, yeah. My mom dropped out of school too, so I kind of understand that aspect of it. One of our viewers here, he's kind of in the same boat where he doesn't want to finish high school, and he just wants to go into his own career and business and everything, and he's trying to decide if he wants to do that or not, right? So it's kind of nice to hear your side of it, that it did pay off and that you are, with your own business and being successful, right? I think it's important to look at it as school is not for everybody, or college and trade school. We're taught that there's only one thing to do after high school, and not giving an option of really being like, hey, you don't have to do it. You can do your route, right? You can start your own business and stuff, and it still can be very much what you want in life and be successful. You don't have to be book smart all the way. You don't have to have a college degree. I know I'm one of the only ones in my family and friend group now that hasn't gone to college and doesn't have a degree. So I look at it a little bit differently, where a lot of people, like my sister was valedictorian, for example, so she had a perfect school grade and college loans and all that stuff, right? She had it all. And she got degrees that she doesn't use. My other sister has degrees that she didn't use. My cousins, my other sibling, like, everybody has degrees that they don't use. Like, I'm like, you went to school before you knew what you wanted to be in life, and you got a degree that now you regret. One of my friends has a PhD now in something that she hates doing. She actually hates it. She went to school for a PhD in something that she now doesn't want anything to do with. And I'm like, well, what good was that? You put yourself into school for that many years, that much debt, for a piece of paper that you now aren't going to use. So I think, I don't know, maybe people after school shouldn't rush into things right away. Find yourself and what you want to do in life a little bit more. There's a lot of people like Juan even that, in your 30s and 40s you find out what you actually want to do in life, and then you go change careers to that after you've had 20 years to figure out what you want to do in life. Okay, so you have an app that helps you. We have another viewer that actually uses a speech text program as well, so I'm familiar with that. So I'm very familiar with that aspect of not being good at reading and writing and stuff. Yeah, but see, that's still, yeah, it gives you success feeling, right, to do that kind of labor and work that you enjoy. And I think there's something there that no other job can give you in a way, right? You found your nook and cranny, so to speak, of what you love to do in life and what brings you joy. Juan did firefighting for a little bit. It's hard. I mean, there's a lot of things he won't talk about. It's definitely a lot of bad moments in that kind of job. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise that you didn't do it, right? It's hard to look at it that way sometimes. Lactose intolerance. Oh, Michael, that's such a change in topic there. I don't know if I'm the one of the best to explain it. Yeah, that might be a better question for you to Google instead of me trying to explain it on a live stream. Of course, I have a feeling you probably already know the answer, unless today's topic. Yeah, that's one way to say it. It's not just milk, though. It's any dairy. It's yogurt, it's cheese, it's anything with lactose in it. I have a family member that can't have lactose. I, by choice, buy things that are lactose free. I don't need to, but I actually find some of it tastes better. So there's certain things I actually buy and consume that are lactose free. Okay, the fields are done. But if you can't have lactose, there is medication you can take that helps with it. So you can enjoy certain things once in a while that have lactose. You might be aware of that already. My younger sibling takes the medication once in a while when they want to have ice cream and stuff. Yeah, I feel the same way. I think it would be hard. My same sibling that can't have lactose also can't have any gluten. It's not by choice, it's an allergy, right? So I feel for them. It makes it hard to enjoy certain foods, right? I I give a major respect for having to go through some dietary needs, so to speak, that I don't have to deal with. Is kind of crazy. milk I really consume nowadays is lactose-free chocolate milk. Cheese I'm really bad at. I really like cheese. We can buy unpasteurized cheese up here, which the US can't. So I kind of like mentioning that because it's different depending on where you live. I think in the UK you guys can have it, but certain places against a lot of unpasteurized cheese. There's a difference with all that kind of food. Pasta I do enjoy. Juan doesn't like pasta very much, so I don't make pasta very often when he's around, but when I'm home alone, I definitely have my pasta. In fact, now I feel like mac and cheese. Maybe that'll be tomorrow's dinner. Oh, I forgot to unblock it. There we go. Oh yeah, nuts. Me too. I was talking about this yesterday a little bit. I have a severe allergy to some nuts. Not severe, but I do have an EpiPen. Oh, where's that piece of paper? I have my allergy stuff in front of me because I've been actually visiting my doctor about this lately. But yeah, hazelnuts I can't really have, peanuts I can't really have. I have problems with things like raisins, certain other food items like eggs and stuff have to be cooked or baked. There's certain other fruits and veggies, and then like all the outdoor stuff I'm allergic to, all the different grasses and haze and stuff as well. But yeah, it's no fun being allergic to everything. So you definitely drink a lot of milk and a big block of cheese. What's next on the farm? Oh, right, I actually need this trailer. Let's go convert it to a regular flatbed so I can put the wool on it. There we go. Exactly, I totally feel you with that. I go down like the aisle with all like the trail mixes and the chocolates and everything else, and you have to always check all the ingredients. Like the new thing is how many things here have hazelnuts in them, and like that's the newest thing is put hazelnuts in everything. And I'm like, I can't have hazelnuts. It's really frustrating to me. I know my brother has to do the same thing with everything for gluten and everything, and they sometimes find a way to make it hidden in the ingredients, like to call it different things sometimes, and they don't list things properly. Or cross contamination is so easy to get. Then you get very sick. I'm just gonna load these by hand because the auto load didn't want to work for some reason. Exactly. You have the right to tell her that too. Exactly. There's so many people that have that disability and can't read and write properly. It's not just you. Like, there's so many adults. Like I say, I know another viewer on this channel that does it. And I know some other people in real life about that problem. It's not as uncommon as they think. And like you say, you can do other things that she can't do, for sure. I'm glad you stood up for yourself and said something like that. No, sometimes it's the best solution is to set him straight, so to speak. There we go. Go deliver this to the spinnery. It's just over 5,000 liters of wool, not too bad. I love that. I love the ending to that story there. I love that you gave her the business card now. She's a regular customer. Oh, forgot to unblock the trailer. That's when it drives weird, is when I forget to unblock it. I hope she's had time to think about that and reflect on it like you have. Hopefully her side of the story is similar, where she realizes now how everybody's different, right? And maybe she's kinder to people, hopefully, for now. In a world where there's so much disability and stuff, it's like you can't just do that to people. It annoys me. I don't like when people get treated incorrectly. I have to kind of kick the wool off here because the cotton's in the way. Maybe I should just move the cotton. Cotton's in the way for sure. I did a contract for cotton, and now that's just there because the spinnery won't take it. And I only have this small little area here to deliver things. Okay, now we go here. And I need a lot more wool, but you see the cotton's maxed out here. But they have a little bit more wool here to make fabric, and then the fabric will make the clothes very, very slowly but surely. And this yard kind of bothers me, but there's no easy turnaround space really. Oh yeah, so it was kind of rough on her during that time, and her husband was dyslexic. Juan has dyslexic problems as well. I'm glad the daughter was able to phone you though and apologize and stuff, and that things are worked out now, so to speak. appreciate you telling me the story, but it's kind of inspiring to hear it and think about it and reflect on it. I like hearing things like that because I think it makes me reflect on what I can do better myself, right? What I can do to treat others better. The more I hear about the differences and problems that other people face that I don't necessarily always have to deal with, but when I come across them now I can deal with them better and be more self-aware about it. Oh, that's awesome that you now get even more people because of her. It makes you wonder in a way if it wasn't meant to be in a way, like not to that degree that things should have happened that way, but it happened to bring awareness to her hopefully, and it brought you business. There's a whole bunch of fertilizing contracts again. I did these yesterday, so I don't know if they're actually there or not if I accept them. Harvesting, I'm not going to do that field, I don't think. Field 50. That field over there. You can seed stuff. I haven't done that in a while. Field 34. Okay, let's go do some seeding. I haven't done that in a while. I think it was all canola here. Oh, that's just a lovely thing to hear. Like that you're looking out for the elderly because it helps you. It makes you remember your nan that way. That's so sweet. Like that she helped you get started, and oh, that's such a sweet story. Like just to hear it that way, right? Like it's moving. But yeah, the beginning part of it about who we've done jobs for and stuff, it makes me think of how when I first had my retail job and there's management, right? You always have managers and bosses, and everybody was so afraid to go talk to these managers and bosses. And I'm like, why are you afraid of them? Why are you afraid of somebody who has a different title than you? We're all people in the end. Off of their job when they clock out, they're just the same as you and me. I'm like, they have a different job title than you. They do things like being a police or judge and stuff, right? But at the end of the day, they still have their basic needs and wants as a person. And I changed a couple of people's opinion about that. I'm like, there's no need to be afraid of them. Like, of course, Juan was a manager at retail for a while, so of course I had that aspect of being like, I understand my husband and who he is as a manager when he's not at work, right? Like, he's still a person, right? It's like job interviews and stuff like that don't have to be so scary. Like, just treat them like you want to treat your friend, like, or your family. They're still a person underneath that job title. Oh, Michael, a car story again, huh? Yeah, you don't want to drive a car without oil. We used to have an automotive department at our retail store. We don't anymore. They got rid of them here. But let's just say there was a few times that, they forgot to put the right oil or an amount of oil or no oil into a car. It's not so pretty. Yeah, I totally understand that, right? Like, it's that initial reaction of they're in suits and what is your worth, right? Like, you had to find out what would happen. Yeah, I get you. Like, there's still like a person in power or management, right? And they do have the ability to be more pushy, so to speak, right? But yeah, it's definitely good that you know what you're worth now and that you've been able to become successful with it. Yeah, either deep pockets or the place that you got it done, hopefully they have deep pockets and a good lawyer. Because I know the retail store that I worked at, there definitely was some quick settlements made when the technicians messed up on our end of the thing. If you can prove they messed up, you don't have to pay. I remember one time, I don't remember what car it was, but it was a very expensive car. It was not pretty. I think there's quite a few people got in trouble for that one. The deal is finished, but I'm almost done with this. Let's just continue this and... Now I don't feel so bad. There we go. I don't know if our truck needs a oil change. I have to look at it. We're going on vacation in July, so I do have to get it in for some maintenance. Juan and I were actually talking about making an appointment this weekend to get it in and get some things fixed on it that need to be fixed. '54 and '56. Okay, let's do field 56. Canola. Yeah, exactly, right? It's all about knowing the fair price. If you're charging what most people would charge and stuff, and people are trying to cheat you on the money, then yeah, you drop them. Don't do business with them. If they're going to be that way about a price about things, I can guarantee you they're going to do even more shady things. But yeah, I'd rather walk away like you do from a few jobs and have some repeat customers that you keep going back to than having to deal with customers that aren't really going to be the best ones for you to repeatedly have to deal with. If you know what you're worth and what your job and time is worth, then you stick to it. I think I was watching, what was it, like lawn care? Some YouTuber at lawn care, and he was telling me how, like, you find a neighborhood or you find repeat customers and you just stick with that. Like, you find those people that keep you in business and you kind of stick with that and establish yourself with them and, you know, let them find you other customers, kind of like you do, right? Like, you you stuck with a few people and now it's led you to more people. Oh yeah, yep. You always throw in like a piece of candy, so to speak, right? A little free item that makes them feel valued. So they always feel like they're getting a good deal, like the better end of things, that you treat them well and you care about them. Yep. You always do that trick with some things, right? And it's like, oh, I feel important, right? And it makes them come back to you. Yep. And it's all about customer appreciation, right? That's correct, Michael. I guess if you want to word it that way, Michael, I guess. Yeah. I I find that to be a weird way of comparing it, but it is accurate. Exactly, yeah. They're paying for it, but they don't think they are. Yeah, getting 7 jobs out of 10, like I say, it's better to get that and have them be repeat customers and be happy. And eventually it will pay off for them to recommend you to other people, right? It's like a starting block, right? To getting other customers and stuff. If you make one person's yard look fabulous, right, then they will brag about it to their friends and so forth. And if you continue to maintain their yard, it makes it look better and better for all the other people that see this yard being maintained and how fabulous it is. So I think you have the right outlook at things. I think even if you don't get those 3 jobs, at least you can look at it in a way of maybe it's better that you don't, and then maybe somebody else gets that job and they're getting paid as well. Or maybe it would have been more of a hassle than you wanted, or it would have been more stressful, or kept you a little bit too busy. So it's nice to have a little bit of wiggle room there, not to have all the customers all the time. You don't want to bite off more than you can chew, so to speak. Contract's finished here. I got you, Michael. I totally got you. I just never heard somebody compare it that way. I'm well aware of what the bottom of the truck works like. I can actually change a flat tire and the oil on my truck if I wanted to. I know a woman that knows how to do that. I have made sure that if things need to happen for my truck, that I know what to do. I even know how to change the wipers on the truck too, which surprisingly enough, not letting a lot of people know how to change wipers on a vehicle. But yeah, changing a flat tire is definitely something not a lot of people know how to do, I'll tell you that much. Oh man, so you have a lot of customers that way. What way do I want to go? Straight? Yeah. I don't go to this field over here very often. So yeah, when you first started, there's no social media. Yeah, it was kind of like hard to get people back then, right? Like word of mouth was the only way you could do it, really. And now social media is a lot easier. It's kind of crazy what technology is allowed. $80 lawns is quite a bit actually to maintain. to do it repeatedly. It's pretty impressive. I gotta say, I'm kind of proud for you of that. It's quite the thing to start off and now have that. I know it's definitely taken a lot of work for you to get there. Exactly. Yeah, I feel the same. I well, I don't want to throw some of my family members into the bus, but I think in my family, my dad and I are the only ones that know how to change a tire. I don't think my mom or my other siblings know how to do it. It was something that Juan made me learn when I started driving. As soon as I could drive my own, he was like, I don't want you on the side of the road, stranded in the middle of the mountains with no cell service and not knowing how to change a tire. So we went to his brother's house, where they have more of a driveway we could park our truck, and he made me change the tire. And that's something I'm actually very happy to know about. My sister once had a flat tire, and she continued to drive on it and damaged the rim. But she didn't know how to change the tire. But she got a flat. And, you know, that ended up very, very expensive when you damaged the rim. I figure I don't need to know everything about cars or trucks or pickups, but you need to know the basics. I know well enough about the truck that we drive our pickup that I can go in to get it serviced and I know what they're talking about. I know enough that they look at me and go, well, a woman really knows this stuff. Like, they don't really believe it sometimes, I think. My brother-in-law is actually a car mechanic, so I think that kind of helps because he talks about cars a lot and you kind of just pick up on things. Oh, really? So, yeah, they only know very little and nothing more. Yeah, I would be kind of the same though. Like, I definitely would be like, hey, brother-in-law, do you know how to fix this? That's definitely what I would do for certain things. But that's where it goes back to not everybody needs to be book smart, right? Like when you graduate and you do different skills, different trades, right? Things that they don't teach you in a high school. Oh no, is it just stick in his car? Oh dear. That's something I check if we go on long road trips. Like I check the oil, I check washer fluid, I check the tire pressures. I don't know. I guess maybe that's part of it from Juan being a truck driver, and I'm more aware of things like that. I don't know. Maybe Juan just taught me more than what most people have been taught by others. Oh, gotcha, yeah. I don't know how to drive a stick shift. I don't know. I don't know if I want to learn. I think most of Juan's family drives a manual. I think if I went to my brother-in-law's place, they have manuals. I think Juan's sister has a manual vehicle. I think his family in Belize have manual. We got an automatic so I could drive, and Juan also hurt his ankle many, many years ago. Not now, but many years ago. And now he finds automatic to be easier to drive, as his ankle hurts after driving for a few hours. So it made road trips a lot easier for us. Sure enough, I feel that, even though I'm part of that, right? Theft in this town is pretty crazy. Like, if you don't have locking lug nuts on your tires, they steal them. You'll wake up to your vehicle being on brakes and no tires. We've been a victim of drilling the gas tanks. They come around and drill your gas tanks. They steal the Cadillac converters. They go around and they steal like headache racks off the back of pickup trucks. They go around and break into everything and steal everything in your vehicles over here. Nothing is safe over here. We have a major crime issue in this town. When we put our kayaks on our roof, we literally have to padlock them on, or else they get stolen. I missed my turn off. I'll just go around the long way, I guess. Yeah, I gotcha. Younger, yeah. I actually didn't start driving until my late 20s. Like, I still don't have my full license. I only have my partial license over here. I have to wait another year and a half before I get my full license and take the full test. How to word it? I grew up in a family where only my dad was allowed to drive. And even though I went to like a school summer program to drive and get my permit to drive, my parents never let me drive, or any of my siblings, so we didn't grow up with confidence to drive. It was kind of instilled into us that we were bad drivers and that we shouldn't drive, so you can say it took many years of Juan telling me that it was okay for me to drive, for me to be okay with driving. That's kind of the short story to why I'm now in my mid-30s and learning how to drive. We also lived in a small town where I could walk everywhere, and then here in the town I live in, literally across the street is the mall. The other direction, a block away, is the store I shop at. Another block in the other direction is my doctor's place. Like, I don't really need my driver's license in this town. So that was also a mindset I had to change of think bigger picture. So yeah, I wish my parents would have had us do that. I don't know. Like, my mom didn't drive. She didn't get her license until she was in her 40s. And then the rest of my siblings, 2 of them have their license now, but they didn't get it till they're in their early 30s, and my younger sibling still doesn't have their license. But I think maybe part of it was like we grew up very poor, and my dad kind of thought about car insurance and accidents and not being able to maybe afford it if you crashed, if you drove. I think that's part of it, but I'm not quite sure. But it was nonetheless made very obvious that we did not learn how to drive, that we weren't allowed to. Probably gonna stream for another 10 minutes here and get off. And though we're having a great conversation, I realize it's dinner time for me. Oh, ouch. A parked car. That. Oh. Well, that makes you learn, I think, right? I think you were probably more careful after that. I haven't had any accidents yet, but Juan's made it very clear to me that it's only a matter of time before I have my first accident, right? Like, it just will happen as part of driving. since I still have that kind of phobia of not driving and that self-confidence issue about driving, I'm a little hesitant about when that happens. And when I did this yesterday, there was not a field of corn here. Magic. Oh, it was great talking with you. It was really good chat. Really appreciated it. I say it was nice. Hopefully you get some good sleep in. I think I'll probably finish this field and call it. Probably the best way to do it. I mean, I do definitely feel like playing the game more, but I should get some dinner first. I kind of skipped my lunch, so I'm really hungry today. Well, I would love to hear that about her. I would absolutely love to hear that. Contract finished. That went quicker than I thought. Okay, let's drive it down to this other field here. And it's the same exact fields I did yesterday with fertilizing. I think in precision farming I'll have to only do it once instead of twice. Okay, a little bit laggy there for a moment. Must be trying to load all the sheep and all the animals there. Can't believe it's this. Oh, this field. I was looking at the mini map. it here, and I'll call it a stream here. Yeah, definitely enjoyed the chat today. Thank you both, Shorts and Michael, for the chat. I really appreciated it. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time. Adios.